This show is only made possible because of donations. And you can donate as little as you want, but one thing people don't talk about, you can donate as much as you want to.
Hey.
As much as you want. Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Ensure that this show continues by giving us as much as you want.
You want to do 1 million? You can do it! You can do it. We won't stop you.
Hold on to your frog pants. That's all I'm saying.
Man, we haven't even done the cold open, and that's your one. This is We Have Concerns live from Nerdtacular 2015 in beautiful Snowbird, Utah. Hi, Jeff Kanata.
Hi, Anthony Carbone.
Hello, concerned citizens!
Wow. That sound. I like that sound.
We normally start live shows by asking if anybody's seen the show before, but I think... Yeah. Instead, for those who are listening at home, the Nerdtacular is a wonderful event put on by Frog Pants.
Yeah.
Which is a network of wonderful shows and entertainment, and they invited us to be a part of it this year. And
this is an amazing venue, an amazing group of people. We're so grateful to be here. We're going to do our show in front of these lovely people.
Yeah, but with our backs turned to you like Van Halen.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, you and I have had this point of contention between us for a while. You and your wife run a shoes off at the door home.
Yes, we do. Proudly so.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not embarrassed to ask people to take their shoes off when they come into my house.
It's not a matter of embarrassment. I will ask people to do whatever the fuck I want in my goddamn house. That's my house.
Except that.
Because I don't care if you take off your shoes.
You know what?
I don't take off my shoes in my house.
I took my shoes off in your house.
You did, and I was
for
like...
months.
And I was like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, one day you were like, why do you continue to take your shoes off in my house?
Like, because I'm clearly wearing shoes every time. But so
most of the time you're not even dressed, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I get to Anthony's house. This is true story. I'm not making any of this up. I get to Anthony's house.
Germane to the topic.
8 to 9 times out of 10, I get to Anthony's house and he is in the shower.
Yeah.
We have a time when we're meeting to do this show.
Yep.
I get to Anthony's house and he has just decided to shower.
Yeah. Because I want to be clean. I don't want to be ready to go. I don't want to be, whatever. If it's 5 minutes late, it's 5 minutes late. You just sit, have a coffee.
I do. I sit. I take my shoes off. I relax.
And relax. But you don't have to take your shoes off. So here's the deal. There's an article on a perfectly scientific website called healthywildandfree.com.
Ooh.
Which sounds like it's grounded in a lot of science fact.
Healthy, wild, and free.
And this is an article called "Why You Absolutely Need to Stop Wearing Shoes in Your House."
Yes! Check and mate.
How many people in the audience are no shoes in the house homes? Clap. It's an audio medium. Clap.
That's a fairly large portion of the audience.
Yeah. So this is a roundup on Healthy, Wild, and Free of why you should be doing this. So the University of Houston did a study and found out that 39% of shoes. This is all shoes.
39% of shoes. Almost half of the shoes.
Yeah. That's a lot of rounding, but sure. So 39% of shoes contain C. diff bacteria.
That's just to make them run faster. That's just how you buy them from the store.
That's actually what's in those gels.
That's when you pump your shoes, you're pumping them with C. diff.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
C. diff. So C. diff, if you don't know, causes a lot of health conditions. At the low end, it causes diarrhea. On the high end, it's sort of what causes MRSA in hospitals and tends to run a little rampant. So that's 39% of shoes.
Yeah, that's a lot of shoes, man.
That's not all the shoes, though.
Not all the shoes,
it's not even a majority of the shoes.
So you're saying that it's not a stupid idea to bring that into your bedroom where you sleep?
It's not a canister of Agent Orange. You go walking outside, and then you come back in. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
That explains why I always get diarrhea when I come to your house. Just constantly having diarrhea at your house.
You don't have walking into public places doesn't instantly give you diarrhea, and there's a lot more foot traffic there. There's a lot more shoes going in. This is what I don't like about stories about this. I'm going to quote a couple other facts, and then I'm gonna torpedo the hell out of this story. Okay. Number 2, the bottoms of shoes are dirtier than toilet seats. I hate when when anything says this is dirtier than a toilet seat or this contains more bacteria than a toilet seat.
I'm with you there.
That is such a fundamental
misunderstanding
of what the fuck bacteria is.
Right.
It's this,
and also toilet seats.
Yeah.
I more want to defend toilet seats.
Now,
in this.
yeah, because like for a toilet seat to get really that dirty, do you understand how the toilet seat works?
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to put the freaking piece of paper down. I'm not.
No.
And I'm not going to hover. I'm just going to use it.
The paper.
I'm going to use it. And I'm going to, you know what? I want to take a load off and put a load in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do two things.
The counter is at 2. That's an illegal move. That's an illegal move. You're over your quota. So here's the thing. Yeah, okay. I too just sit right down on a public toilet seat. It's fine.
It's great.
Yeah. It's
Don't
also,
put your shoes on it though.
No.
You'll get that C diff.
Oh. No, I just... Here's the thing about the hover. This is a side thing about hovering. There was actually a study that was shown that a lot of the herniated problems that we give ourselves and intestinal problems and stuff is actually because we're not squatting.
What?
When we were out in nature, like if you were to go walk out into the ski resort today.
Nature. Yeah. The naturally occurring ski resort that we have here in Utah.
The way you're supposed to, if you were to ride the naturally occurring gondola up to the naturally occurring coffee shop at the peak,
right?
And you wanted to go to the bathroom in the woods, you would be squatting. You'd be squatting in the woods, right?
This is unless I need to go number 1, but we're talking number 2 here.
So, but here's the thing: hovering puts you more into a squatting position, which might be healthier for you.
Wait a minute. This is so dumb. I can't even begin to parse this. Yeah. You're saying that because we evolved shitting in the woods, that somehow the, 400-500 years we haven't been doing that?
Yeah.
We somehow have missed out and our bodies have not
we have
compensated
higher issues of tearing intestinal tracts and walls and all kinds of
squatting in the woods would be the saving grace for this?
Squatting is the appropriate posture for going to the bathroom, right? If your dog stood on its hind legs and went to the bathroom, number 1, you'd be like, okay, that's cool. But number 2, you'd be like,
I'm taking this dog to the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Is that basic? Is that like network television appropriate? You can go basic cable with a dog that shit's standing
up. You think you're saying it's more of a Conan thing?
It's more of a Conan thing. You can go to TBS with that.
All right. I'm still doing it.
You can go on. You can maybe go
Conan.
You can maybe do America's Got Talent.
Well, that's cable, baby.
It's
Fox.
So no, if you were to stand up, if your dog was to stand up and go to the bathroom and be like, yo, that dog's doing that wrong. That's weird. That's not the way dogs do that.
I don't stand up and take a shit either.
No, but you sit.
I don't know what you're
with
doing.
Your legs. You sit with your legs at a 90-degree angle when you're supposed to be squatting. If you hover, and I'm not saying hover because I don't hover either. I'm just like I said.
I don't sit with my legs at a 90-degree angle. I'm not like Ms. Manners when I'm taking a shit, dude.
So how do you sit?
I fucking hunch down, man. I'm going to work. I let it all out.
Those legs are at 90 degrees. It doesn't matter how much you try to get like in a deadlift position.
You're saying it's the weight bearingness of it is the most important thing? Because I feel like that's how you're going to tear some shit.
You know, man.
This isn't even what it's
about. This isn't even what it's about. I was just sharing this as an aside.
No. You've drawn a line in the sand, man.
I'm just saying, yeah. Certain, living creatures evolved to do things in certain positions and in certain ways. I'm just saying we were built to squat, and we don't squat. It was just a fact that I'm letting you know, Jeff.
I think that is ridiculous on several levels.
Okay. But here's the deal. This is also ridiculous on several levels. This whole thing about the bacteria on the toilet seat.
Well, I agree with you that bacteria on the toilet seat is a dumb metric by which to measure anything.
Stupid metric. Let me tell you something. The bacteria on the toilet seat, or like everybody's talking about, fecal matter particles are floating through the air in public restrooms, and if you get within 30 feet of them and blah, blah. Motherfucker, take a UV light to the sponge that you use to clean your dishes every day. And that is more...
Big UV light fans.
That is more... destructive bacteria than the type of bacteria that is in a restroom on average. Because
I feel like you're just pro filth. At this point, you're like, keep your shoes on, don't clean your toilets.
No, I'm not. When did I say that? That's crazy.
You're anti-sponge?
I'm saying there's more bacteria in your sponge and more harmful bacteria in your sponge. And what I'm getting at is there's a fundamental misunderstanding of bacteria. And all of these places that post these stories want to think about bacteria per square inch as the measure of how dangerous or disgusting or unsanitary something is. Do you want to know where the most bacteria per square inch is? Probably on you. You are 10 times more bacteria than you are human. We have 10 times more bacteria, little microbes, living things to us than we have human cells. So when you tell me like, oh, a public restroom has X amount of I don't know why George Takei is telling me, but he is. Anthony, did you know that there's 2 million bacteria per square inch in a public restroom?
Shut up, George.
My.
Shut up, George. Just hold me.
So I don't like that. And also, the other thing that they're mentioning when they mention C. diff is there are different strains and different like kind of potencies of even C. diff, right? So like there's one that causes the MRSA. That's a bad one. Don't get the MRSA.
Don't put it on your shoes?
Don't put it on. It's not going to get on your shoes.
Dude.
Where are you walking that has MRSA everywhere? Where are you going?
The MRSA district. Back on MRSA Avenue? Man, you do not want to go down there on a Thursday evening.
You're crazy. You live in Culver City. There's no MRSA in Culver City. There's like adorable coffee shops. You go for
with
sushi.
With a side of MRSA.
Yeah. So I don't like
You
this.
came to my house one time and you ruthlessly made fun of me.
MRSA?
Well, you also that. But you ruthlessly made fun of me for requesting that the people who came in remove their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And now it feels like, despite some data that says that shoes are dirty and probably shouldn't be in your house, now you're just like parsing it out and saying, well, that bacteria, sure, there's lots of bacteria everywhere, and well, there's probably not the kind that's really super scary. The point is, some filthy shit on the bottom of your shoes comes into your house. Why do you want to traipse it in? Why is it not more
I don't know.
More
Why don't you
sane?
just install a clean room antechamber with a UV bath right before you get into your front door? Because you know you're more covered back in bacteria than anything else that you're wearing or doing.
Hey, Marvin, thanks for coming over to the dinner party tonight. I just have a couple of steps before we serve dinner. My wife has been...
Can you say it again?
It's just going to be a couple of steps. The wife is working real hard. The pot roast is going to come out.
Do I have to push the button?
Yeah, you push the button and then step 3 feet back. Be sure to step 3 feet back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you too.
Now step 3 feet back. Step 3 feet back. I don't want to get any germs on the microphone itself, please. Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, so there's going to be a series of sprays. They're going to sting a little bit.
I can't hit the button from here.
All right, walk up to the button. I push the button.
Hey, man.
Oh, man. You just breathed right on the... Okay, it's okay. We'll wipe it down. Here's the thing, man. I'm going to need you to put all your clothes in the little bin to your left.
Okay. And then before or after I hand you the casserole...
You put the casserole in slide it through the little slot.
Oh, I see. It's like a little... Okay.
It's like a jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Oh, well, this looks delightful.
Thank you. You know what it is we've been getting Blue Apron, and it's kind of been teaching us how, I'm like not scared to be in the kitchen anymore, you know?
I can tell, man. What is that? Is that rutabaga?
It's a little bit of rutabaga. It's a little bit of rutabaga.
I thought you hated
I was going to say that, like...
No, get back from the...
Sorry,
get
sorry.
back. Okay. All right, so all the clothes go in the bin? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to spray some... I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. It's going to sting a little bit.
I can't hit the...
Yeah.
Can you see me?
No, man.
All right, cool. I'm not saying that you need to go to those extremes, but like, I'm not saying like, all bacteria is fine. Like, I'm gonna eat this dirt. Like, hand me something out of the trash.
Does it
cool.
not make more sense to remove your shoes before going into the place where you exist most of the time?
I like my shoes. I feel like my shoes are part of my overall vibe.
Yeah. No, I get it. You've designed a certain look that
I have like an aesthetic right now that I'm going for.
White shoes.
Yeah, I have a lot of like super white sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
feel like those are nice.
They're
part
not
of the whole
nice.
thing. Yeah.
I agree with you. They're not nice.
Thank you.
I appreciate the look.
Thanks.
But when you come into my house, I just want you to not.
And if I come into your house and you say take off your shoes, I will. But
I think you'll complain about it for an hour and a half.
Because I think you're being crazy. I'll follow your rules, but that's why I never come to your house.
What about science? Science says I'm not crazy.
No, science says one thing. Science says 39% of shoes have a certain bacteria. Science says that there are more types of bacteria on a shoe than on your floor. That's what science is saying. Science is saying one number is greater than another number because that's how fucking numbers work, and that's all science is saying. And then fucking healthywildandfree.com is like,
yeah.
Did you know bacteria is bad? I bet I can find an article on this site that talks about vaccination and autism within 5 minutes.
Well, sure, if you click on the wild or the free part, but if you stick on healthy,
right?
Just stick with healthy.
The healthy editor is in their right mind.
It's the third of the site that's really useful. No, I'm saying, have you ever walked around for a nice summer day? You walk around for a large portion of your day, barefoot,
like outdoors.
Listen, yes. She has.
Outdoors
What do your feet look like when you've walked around barefoot for a large portion of your day? They look super dirty and black.
Right.
So, let's say you put a barrier between your foot and the ground that you're walking around.
So once again, I'm just going to point out that, to talk about things the way they are, your skin and fucking plastic rubber are not the same.
Oh, the bacteria-repellent plastic rubber that all shoes are made with?
No, I'm saying that your shoes, number one, don't hold as much dirt as your feet, and because your feet look super dirty doesn't mean that your feet are full of contagion. It just means you walked in fucking dirt. Do you know who walked in fucking dirt for most of their existence? Us, humankind.
While we were squatting and shitting.
Yeah.
And it was all great.
It was fine.
Everything was fine. Nobody tore anything. We were filthy, squatting shitters.
We were healthy, wild, and free.
Oh, man. And we lived by one rule. You don't squat where you walk.
You don't squat in somebody else's cave.
You know what I always say?
What?
Anthony, get ready.
Don't you dare! He's not allowed, and you're not allowed to telegraph. Veto. Veto. Veto.
You don't shit.
No.
Where you feet. Yes.
We're going to end it there. We would love to know, anybody listening at home, anybody listening live, how you feel about taking your shoes off when you go into a house, and whether you feel that
civilized way to live.
We're not talking about civilized. If it's a civilized thing. And number two, you always do this when I'm asking the ending question.
Yeah.
You don't need to stretch it out for another 3 minutes. I'm asking the ending question.
No, I know, but I want to put my opinion in.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's been 17 minutes of your opinion. Let the audience have their opinion.
All right.
Do you think people should take their shoes off when they come home?
I just think it's more civilized. That's
fine. Is it a civilized thing, or is it a sanitation thing? Do you trust this article? We would like to know. You can let us know on Twitter. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those with squat. And hey, thank you so much to the audience. Is like, why is he thinking? Why is he closing? We're doing 3 of these. We're doing 3 of them. So I'm gonna make you guys clap for us again too. And that's just like my ego. But thank you to Nerdtacular. Thank you to Scott Johnson, Corinne, everybody who helped set up this event.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who showed up.
Yep.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more about the show, how to support us, go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.